going to talk about the linking joints of the from the form to the execution of the application. And I believe last month I showed some of the applications in terms of from pushing hands and from actual application. But today we're going to emphasize on Fajing. We have a Fajing wall here. I got Stone Henry with me, and we're going to demonstrate some of the linking methods of the joints. So let me review a little bit. What are the joints? We have the wrist, we have the elbow, we have the shoulder, we have the hip, we have the knee, we have the ankle. That's right. So these are the joints. These are the joints based on the external harmony that we talk about. So external harmony, how do we match them together? So with the shoulder, and match with the waist around this pelvis area here, and the elbow match with the knee, and the wrist match with the foot, which is the ankle. This is how, when we execute a form, we use that theory of the three external harmony. Because we've been doing that in our form, we should be using it in our application. For the purpose of practicing, you should be more aware of it, how you execute an application. The same thing with the Fajing. For example, let's say a quick hand like that. For example, if my stance is like that, as you can see, my my ankle, it's bent, my knee is bent, and I'm holding here. He's just going to give it to me to do it so that I can execute it based on this three external force, which is a linking joint. So as you can see, my shoulder, my hip, this, and this, and this. So it matches. See that? This ankle matches the knee, and the wrist matches the ankle. This matches the knee, and the wrist matches the ankle, and the shoulder matches the hip. So when you want to Fajing somebody, you don't push him right away. So you kind of place him like that. Technically, you place him like that, and you keep our body straight, keep your spine straight, and I'm going to shift like this. See that? I'm going to shift into him. So when I shift into him, I'm going to straighten up my ankle, my knee, and my hip going forward, my spine going straight, and my hand should be straightened out like that. So I'm going to push over there because it's coming from my bottom of my ankle joint, knee joint, and the hip joint, like that. So basically, from here, I'm going to do that. So it's very simple. So it's a very light push, because this is for the purpose of practicing. Okay. So to understand the concept of the linking joint. All right. So from here, like I say, I'm at 50-50. 50-50 means the distance from here to here, 50% of your body is right in the center. And from here, I'm going to go 70%. So you see my leg? So my leg, as I straighten up more, I go more. And when I push it, when I'm Fajing from here, I did something going up. You don't have to. The best way to Fajing is to move somebody this way. So when you push the person towards the center. So his center is over here. So you push through the center, and then we will knock right there. Okay? So from here, again. Okay, so the power is more. Come back a little bit. So from here, as you can see, he's bouncing back even more. So the more he's bouncing back, that means the execution of the joint, it's combined correctly. This is what we call the three external harmony, how you combine the three external harmony. Again, review. This match with this match with this match with that. So that is the three external harmony, the linking of the joint. Now with the application one more time. So from here, all right, So one more time. And again, you can push him down by pushing him down. You can see he's going down. So when you press down, when your mind set, your mind have to connect with it. When your mindset pushing down this way, he's going to go this way. Now the mindset is going to go up that way. He's going to go up that way. You can see he's going up that way. So fudging can be fudging to the top, to the bottom, to the middle. The best thing is to use the linking of the joint. That way the force is stronger. Plus, the opponent doesn't know that I'm using external force. I'm not. So if I just use my arm to push it, even though I push it really strong, even further, but the opponent will know that the force is coming from the arm. You know, you don't want him to know where the force is coming from. So if it's coming from the joint, execute to the palm. So from the joint, for the bottom of the feet, to the knee, to the back, to the upper back, to the palm. So that's how we do it. Let's do a next move. Let's say we're gonna do this move, the beginning of Tai Chi. Beginning of Tai Chi, let's say he's holding me. Same thing. See, he's holding me like that. Okay, and my joint, you see that it's bending, and I'm gonna push. Okay, so let go first. So if he's holding, I'm gonna push through here. Okay, so also the direction has to be focused. If I'm gonna throw him right there, my finger also have to point like that, and my joints all going forward. So from here, I'm bending like that. The same thing. So he will go, because when he's holding my hand like that, and when I turn, so that if I turn like this, it go like that. If I can turn like that, hold it tight. Okay, if I turn like that, see that? His body. So I can do that too. So I can spiral into him, but the center is still there. So this, go like that. The same principle. This is the, in the Wu form, the beginning of Tai Chi. Raise your hand, face at 12 o'clock. Just like when we do the form, bend your knees, so raise your hand at 12 o'clock. So the knees are bent, and then when I rises to do, my next move is this. My rises to do is this. So my right move is this. So that's the next move. So when you raise it, and I turn, and you can see that he's going that way, because I'm moving it that way. So whichever direction that he's going to go, it's all based on how my hand move the direction, okay? And but the job of the knee and the ankle never changes. You keep on doing the bouncing effect. It's like you got a ball, like a tennis ball. You throw on the floor, it's going to bounce back. The same thing. Bang, bang, So the harder you throw, the further he goes. So it's called the bouncing effect. So this is the bouncing effect. It's like a spring. Okay. Let's say I'm using this move. This is called lifting hands. Lifting hands. Let's say lifting hands. This, we have a Wu Hao style lifting hands over here. See that? And lifting hands. Same thing. If I throw him like that, there's no power. But if I get into his space and I lift my body, then he will go. So I will face towards him. So don't try to throw people that way, because then your energy is over there. You have to look at your opponent from here. You look at him, and then you go. And you can see, pump, he hop up because I lift him up. The lifting, of course, is with my hand, but it's my body lifting him, and then I throw him. So again, the linking is very, very important. Let's do this part here. For example, here. Okay, let's say I'm standing like this. Right?
Should I be like this?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So hold it tight. So yeah. So I'm standing like this. See, my foot is over here. I'm at 50-50. So I'm gonna bring. So that's even stronger. So the tighter he hold me, the stronger he goes. So I just flap him by doing that. So this, because he's holding me. Let's say you don't hold me, you relax. I can't do him. So you neutralize. If he neutralizes, I can't do him. Let's say you neutralize. I still move him. I check on him. Because he neutralized, then I have to get into his body. So because he relaxes, then I get into his body. Okay? If he relaxes. But if you hold it tight, then he goes. With this, it comes even more. So there's an additional force added to it. So pushing hands, Fajing can be modified based on situation. Earlier, I was just using one hand, but if I add this hand, it goes even further. It's what we call the pendulum effect. The pendulum effect is a new theory that's not in the three harmony. It's science. If we look at science, the pendulum effect. If something is holding here, something should here, the other one to go. So I'm holding him here. So this is the middle ball. This is the big ball. This is the small ball. And then it goes. So it's a pendulum effect. With that, it's even stronger. All right. Plus, you got to add in the link of the joint. So just with the shoulder, still good for pendulum effect. But your opponent's not think, hey, that's not great because you're using a lot of force from the upper body. So with the joint, he will feel a wind coming into him, and then he's done. Okay. So it's very important that when we practice our form, we have to understand where is our joint link and how is it linked and the distance of the linking. For example, in our Wu Hao form, I'm going to do it at this angle so you can see on the camera. So when we bend our knees and we raise our hand, and then I want to turn. You see, when I turn, you see here and here matches, here and here matches, here and here matches. Exactly. So if you put it there, that's too much. You put it here, that's too little. So you have to keep the distance of the joint, of the upper joint and the lower joint, as close as you can. Now it's harder to keep the joint of the wrist and the ankle. It's harder because you're standing straight, the hand is moving away. So it's harder. But if you do a brush knee, for example, if I do a brush knee, then it's good. See that? The joints. This wrist is at the thing. Now this is over here. So then this, using that, this and that. Okay. So in playing the banjo is a good one. Playing the banjo, here, as you can see, this, that, this, that. So wrist, ankle, elbow, knee, shoulder, and the hip area, or the waist area, or the pelvis. So you can see that the external harmony is a very important concept. External harmony concept is also applied to all martial arts, especially Chinese Kung Fu. Internal arts for sure is used, and Tai Chi, of course. So therefore, it's very important that you understand this concept. I have a YouTube channel that you can see one of my video on there which I posted. I got two of them. One was done in Houston, one was done in Spain, explaining the three external harmony. Also, the internal harmony is also explained in there. So please go check out those videos. And please like our video. Say hi to us if you're here. Let me see who's here. Don't know who is here. Good morning. All right. See who else is here. Say hi. Let us know where you're from. That way we can do more live video in the future. Okay, one more time. So when we use the palm to hit some of the Fajing, we don't hit him like this right away. Because doing like this right away give the opponent know that you're coming. So we touches the opponent and then we lift him up and then we go. See that? So we drag him. See that? We drag this part of the meat. Drag him. So when you drag him, he's uprooted. And then we go. So when he's uprooted, the palm go. So it's like this. So that's how it works. So from here, gradually and go. So like we're doing the form in brushing. We sink, we stop, we brush, and then it goes. Gradually it goes. Go and go. Now you're gonna ask me a question. How come I didn't make it straight when I finished the job? Because I'm doing a form. Remember, when you do Tai Chi form, you have to compile with Tai Chi principle. You have to compile with body structure. You have to compile with body mechanics, how you turn, what you do, and you never finish executing the form for application. Because when you do a form, you have to be doing a form. You cannot do an application, because if you do an application, it disrupts the way you flow, and that destroys the whole purpose of doing Tai Chi. Tai Chi form doesn't attack 100%. Tai Chi forms show an intent to attack, so everything is done halfway. So when we do a brush knee, and it goes like that, it doesn't do that. If you do that, that means you're applying. When that happens, then your body structure is gone. But then you're going to ask me a question. I thought you just said that when you do push hand, you have the structure. When you finish the movement and you apply the structure, the guy already flew away. Who cares about structure? We don't care about structures anymore. He's gone. Done. I'm happy. So you apply the structure, you finish the structure, and you're done. You don't have to worry about whether you're up. Of course, you're going to keep your balance. You don't have to worry about your body's leaning forward whatsoever. Okay? But in the journey of the execution, yes, you have to apply the body mechanics. Once you finish it, then you're going to ask me a question. I thought this was a journey. No, the form is not complete yet. See, the form is not complete yet. Okay. Now, there are times where you will not need your joints. You will not need your joints to move your opponent. For example, let's say if he's holding my hand, if I'm going to move him here, see that I'm moving him like that. So I'm not using my two joints, but actually I'm stabilizing my joint. Okay, but I'm using this joint, just one joint, my one joint. I'm moving him like that, and then move him like that. So I'm just using one joint. This. So basically, this joint, and lower joint are connected as one joint. It's not linked. It's linked, but it's not stretched. So there is another application you can use. And the only thing I use is this. Now you're going to ask me a question. Oh, why don't I do this? No, you can't. So let's say he's holding me tight, and I just move him like that. So I'm going from here to moving. When he's done, I'm done. So it doesn't matter. Now my joint don't match. It's this three joint as one. So that's another application of the linking of the joint. Not matching the upper part, but linking the three part as one and bounce the person away or move the person away. So that's another way of understanding about the joint all as one. In other words, the ankle is not moving by itself, the knee is not moving by itself, and the waist is not moving itself. It's the whole trunk from here to down there, all as one. So this is like we're doing this. It's like we're doing this. Okay. It's like we're doing. So it's spiral on the axis. Okay. Let's see. Let's think of let's say playing the banjo. Let's say he's catching my hand. He's catching my hand. All right. And then I sink. I turn my body. All right. So I turn my body. So one more time. Let's say he's catching my hand. I'm going to do on one hand playing the banjo. One hand playing the banjo. Let's say he catch my hand and I turn and go towards him. That is the application of the playing the banjo. That is this way. Okay. That's a one hand application. Playing the banjo, we go from here. See, I step into him and I shift into him. So I do the same thing. I'm using this joint again. Using this joint again. This joint. See that this move forward and therefore move this forward. This part make this part move like this. From here, and then from here. So from here, and here. So from here, so I'm going from here, and here. So that's how the travel distance of the joint link together and do the Fajing. So let's talk about, let's say this. Now how about this joint? Let's say he touches my hand. Let's say he push me, and boom, I go off balance. So basically he pushed me, boom, I go off balance. So let's say he pushed me again, he got off balance. The reason is because, go slowly for so we can demonstrate. So let's say when he's pushing me here, I absorb and I turn. You see that? So I'm here, ready, okay? I can even standing at 70-30, let's say he push here. So let's say my hand is like that, push, and I'm going here. So it got redirected. Now redirection is a separate theory, but he's still using the joint to be effective. So from here he push, still use this. If I use this, then it's effective because I'm linking the joint. But if I just use that, then I'm just using redirection, which is still fine. But he won't think good of you because he felt like you're just neutralize and do it. But this one neutralize and boom, he goes. So he doesn't know where the force is coming from. Therefore, give him less chances of understanding the Jing coming in, and too late for him to neutralize. So it's very important that we use the lower body so the opponent doesn't able to listen to the force that's coming in and don't have a chance to understand the force coming in. Therefore, he suddenly got thrown off, not knowing where the force is coming from, except he's been thrown off. Okay? So, again, when you do this, you're going to make sure that you also have to keep the Wu Hao Tai Chi principle, your chin in. We always say the chin has to be in, so you don't do that. Chin in, tuck in, relax the shoulder, drop the elbow, don't raise the elbow, and hollow the chest, hollow the chest, hollow the chest, and round the back. So this becomes strong. Don't do that. This is not strong. It's this kind of effect. See that? It's this kind of effect. Boom, go. And sink at the same time. So it's very, very important that we follow this Wu Hao principle. The 13 body methods or the 13 torso method has that. And also the fold is very important, the Tai Chi fold. What do you mean by fold? The fold means you're going to make sure you keep this angle. This angle is about 30 degrees, not more than 45 degrees. This is 90 degrees. This is 45 degrees. 30 degrees is the best. Let's say if you push me, I'm done. So I'm at 0 degrees. So when you push me, you can't, because I have a vacuum here. So vacuum is another thing again. It's nothing to do with the three harmonies or the linking the joint. I just keep him here. So I have this vacuum effect or the bouncing effect. In physics, we call it buoyancy. So buoyancy is also applied in Fajing. So you need to understand that. So when you do the form, you make sure that you keep your 30 degrees. Like I say, this is keeping 30 degrees all the time, or from 30 degrees. And when I bring it back, you see that? I never change this angle. When I come down, I still don't change it. When I move forward, I still don't change it. I'm still keeping this 30 degrees or 45 degrees, whatever. I turn, I don't change it. And I sink, I still don't change it. I step and I open, I still don't do it. See that? I'm still keeping around 45 degrees. So we don't keep it at 90 degrees. Keep it at 90 degrees. First of all, you're exposed over here. Secondly, the force is less powerful if you apply. And if you give a 30, then you have potential to apply a full force to 90 degrees. Like I say, once you apply, you can go whatever degree you want, because it's done, he's gone. Okay? So let's say we do a brush knee, for example. Let's say he's so let's say we do a brush knee. Let's say we're doing a brush knee like this. Say I'm pointing at him, same thing. That's what I'm doing. So from here, okay, on this side, okay. So from here, so from here, we'll push. So from here, so earlier I was sitting in the back and do it. It's not so good. Push. So that's a brush knee. So here, hold this way, brush knee. So you see this force facing here, and it's coming from the back here, and it goes stretch, and it's done. See that? It's done. But now my hand is further because it's been applied. Okay, but it passed through that area. Let's do it again slowly. So from here, you see my wrist is here, my wrist is over there. My arm is here, my elbow is here, and it should be here. So see that? Right here. So it matches. So when I go beyond, you go. So that is the brush knee application. Again, I have to keep my my fold, and then it goes. Let's say you neutralize. Let's say when I push, you neutralize. Let's say he neutralize. Why? Because I'm aiming him here. So if he neutralizes, my fist is here, so I can go at the same time. even doing neutralize. You know, of course you have to neutralize the other way, then it'd be harder for me. You know, they have to use this hand to slap his face. Why do you do that? You know, so that's a different application. All right, so because we are pre-arranging it, you know, sometimes students try to be funny when they do that. I always slap them. They say, "Why you slap me?" Well, you didn't do what we were supposed to do. So that's why. Okay, all right. We have any questions? Please type on the YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our channel. If you have not, please like it and put a comment. Put a lousy comment if you have to. Say you're not happy with my YouTube. I want more. You can say that because they help the algorithm. Okay, thank you very much.